Joining me this week is Plum from agita&plumplay, a husband and wife duo stream.
Let me kill him, please. Oh my god, please. Oh, thank god.
They're both veteran Runescape players, hosting their own Cluesday event most Tuesdays, which gets their community involved with the completion of Clue Scrolls.
19k.
Alongside RuneScape content, they've also been playing quite a few other games. You've got Skyrim, Sims 4, and a whole host of variety. Agita also edits together highlights from the streams for their YouTube channel. Recently, there's a blindfolded Vindictor attempt where they don't actually have to just do the kill, they first have to get to the heart. We're going to be chatting today about all kinds of topics, how the RuneScape bug captured her, the origins of her username, and much, much more. So I hope you'll join me as I head into the mind of Plum. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
So, how are you doing this fine evening?
Absolutely perfect. Got some coffee, playing some RuneScape. Can't get any better.
Bit late for coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I'll be awake all night.
So, have you ever done like an interview or anything like this at all before?
No, no, definitely not. So, yeah, if I say anything stupid, I apologise in advance.
There are no stupid answers. One thing I will ask though is, what is like your least favourite job interview question?
Oh god, it's been so long since I've done a job interview, honestly. Well, I don't know. Like, see when they ask you like what you like, what's your best attributes and like what's your worst? I hate answering stuff like that. Like I hate like saying what I'm really good at and what I'm really bad at, because
Actually
you don't
selling
want to
yourself.
Yeah. You don't want to say it. You're like, I'd be amazing at this job. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, it sounds a bit too full of yourself, but that's kind of that's what you have to do. It shows confidence, I guess, in yourself. And then, but the worst bit is probably like can be the saying something negative about yourself because you don't know how negative to go.
Exactly. You're like, I'm sometimes not the best with timekeeping, but I will be on time for the job. Don't you worry about that. I just mean that sometimes, and you're like, oh, maybe you should have said that. Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's get on with it. How and when and why did you start playing RuneScape?
Well, I have said this story before in our stream, but I started playing in 2009, I think it was. So I'm not like one of the people that started way back when it first started. Obviously, like in general, but I did it because my husband, he played it and he was ignoring me because a quest came out, and I don't like being ignored, so I started playing it to annoy him basically, and then got addicted, and here we are.
Fair enough. What do you think about it? Like, grabbed you the first time you played it? What was like the thing that?
I'm not sure, to be fair. Like he helped me a lot, like leveling and things, and we did quests together. And that was like I really enjoyed that aspect, because before I was always like, I never had a PC. I was always a console gamer. So, and even then we never had online games. So like I'd never done the whole play with other people unless it was like Mario Party and things, you know. He would bring my my food and he would show me where to stand with the halberds to safe spot and all of the quests, and really enjoyed that part of it. And then, you know, just we made a clan, and it just kind of became like a thing. You end up getting really addicted to the game, and obviously then you kind of start to, once you level up, you start to get your own interests. But like to begin with, I think it probably was the fact that I could actually play with other people, you know?
Mm-hmm. Have that interaction online. And
yeah. How about yourself? Did you start like way back in the day?
No. So I played for a couple of months in like 2006, 2007, that sort of time at school, when it was the big thing in the playground. And then, of course, it
Yeah.
like would die off and something else would come out. I think it was Guitar Hero for me. I went from RuneScape straight into Guitar Hero, and I played that a lot. Behind me down there are a couple of Guitar Hero controllers, and on that side you could see there's guitars as well. So,
Like actual guitars.
like actual guitars, yeah.
I don't know why I thought they were swords, and I was like, I mean, okay. I
I mean,
can't say.
to be fair, you can't quite see the top of that one, but it's quite spiky. The Jackson, the
Yeah.
first one there.
So it is, yeah. I thought it was like, one of those like katana holders, and you just had them all lined out. I was just like, okay, whatever floats his boat, I guess.
I mean, my friend has one of those umbrellas that has like the sword sort of handle
Yeah.
bit, and he was wearing it on his back, and a police car pulled up next to him,
Oh,
and they all came
jeez.
out, and he was like, "What? Hello?" And he just had his headphones on, turned around like, "What's going on?" It's an umbrella.
It's not a deadly weapon, I promise you.
So yeah, I played for a couple of months back then, and then last January, so yeah, 18 months or so ago, I kind of came back after watching the 15-year documentary.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was sort
yeah.
of what got my interest in actually playing it, because I know Wazzy. I don't know if you've
Yes.
seen his streams. Like, I've known him IRL since school.
Really?
So
Damn, it's a small world, isn't it?
yeah, so having someone like that I could go to for advice and whatever obviously helped a lot,
Yeah.
and probably kept me playing, because there is so much when you first drop into the game nowadays.
Yeah, they really don't have the best like introduction to the game as well. I don't feel so. It can get a little bit overwhelming. So it is nice, like you say, to have someone to kind of, give you some direction and things, and definitely then so you can always go to someone who's more experienced. Wazzy's pretty good at his PVM, so I'm sure you've had some pretty good tips in that sense.
Yes, indeed I have. But also the way that the wiki now is integrated into the game, because when I first started, that was like obviously a few months before that was done, but now that's there.
Yeah.
There's nothing really that tells you it, I don't think, though.
No, yeah, they don't really make that obvious unless you read up. Like that's one thing about RuneScape as well. Like I know recently they did like if this is this week's updates, click this link in game and it'll take you to the update page and things. But they never had that before either. So you really had to go look to find out what it was, unless it was something really obvious as you logged in. So they are getting better, at least at that kind of thing. But yeah, you wouldn't know about the wiki until someone told you. So I don't even know if that's in the. It would be nice to maybe be in the tutorial at the beginning, actually. Just like if you ever stuck, just do /wiki and whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, if you ever see or find an item that you don't know what it does, you can look it up on this resource, and then at least people go to the right wiki, not the one that's out of date. Because the fandom one I know still comes up quite a bit, and that's not been maintained for a while.
Definitely not.
So, where does the username come from? Where does that all start?
Our channel is called agita&plumplay because obviously myself and my husband, we play both on that channel basically. So he is Agita Sage in game, and I'm Chunks of Plum. So it's just a mixture between the two basically, and in that sense. But I don't know where Agita's name came from. I want to say that it's something to do with oh gosh, some other language, basically like the word agitate basically or something like that in another language is where he came up with that username, and mine was because I used to have a Neopets called Chunks of
Okay.
Cabbage. And that was too long, so we had to shorten it down a little bit for RuneScape, and that's why we're Chunks of Plum.
Fair enough.
There's only so many letters you can have in your username, and yeah, that's kind of stayed now.
What title do you normally use?
I use Obslisky because he is the best character in the game, hands down.
Oh, well, you've already answered the next question. I can tick that off. Is there any reason why? What's
Because
your...
it just injects the amount of chaos that's needed in the game with the stories and things. So plus, my husband really likes Guffix, so it's like even better to kind of wind him up and say about Sliskies.
So you're looking forward to the new quest on Monday?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's nice to have the content as well to do. Obviously, I feel like we've not had a quest in a very very long time, but looking forward to that and seeing what they've got in store. I've been watching their live streams. It looks like it's going to be promising, so I'm looking forward to getting on and checking that out Monday. Hopefully, as soon as it comes out, but we'll see.
Yeah, might be quite a nice long one as well, which will be good. A couple of
Yeah.
hours or so.
Hopefully, not as long as that Blackstone Dragon quest.
I haven't
Because
done that one yet, but
it was awful. Especially the last little bit of it, like you just go back and forward for quite some time. I think it took about 3 hours to do. Oh no, wasn't fun. Good rewards, but wasn't fun.
Would you say you got a favourite quest?
Um, I'm not sure, to be fair. I used to have a really like my favorite quest series used to be the Penguin quest series until they ruined that. I was so gutted with the whole slugs and the penguins and things, and then they kind of ruined that by throwing the pillar on the slug. It was way back when I first kind of started playing. That was like the quest series I was really into. Uh, but I would say recently it's definitely got to be like the God's Quest. So probably yeah, like Sliski's Endgame and things like that. The um as much as the what's it called maze was annoying, the actual overall lore and things in it are I really enjoy that. I enjoy the kind of like what's going to happen next type
Yeah, very unpredictable.
exactly. What am I doing? Sorry.
No, no worries. Are you enjoying the beach event so far? It's a few days in now. Have you checked it out?
I am. That's what I'm doing just now. I'm AFKing on a bodybuilding platform, getting some XP. But I've not really played it too much. To be fair, there's a lot of kind of time gated things out at the moment with Yak Track, and then this obviously. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to fill up a few thermometers a day, and try get some of the new cosmetics. But I'm not really all too fussed. To be fair about it, it's a fun event. It's a nice event, but it is what it is. It's more of a chill kind of just sit for a little bit and
Yeah, I found it very handy that you seem to get a lot of Yak Track skips from it.
yeah. Someone said they think that might be nerfed because it's very like overpowered. Like people are getting a lot of skips from it, but
I think I
I'm not.
might have 10 or close to 10 from it.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that's nice. I have two.
Yeah.
Although I did just get a selfie emote token doubler, so there's always that. I can now make some money or give it to someone to use.
Yeah, I think I got the pet. The pet's Bucky, right?
Is
I
it?
think. I
Maybe.
don't know. I got a Bucky token earlier, and it was a pet. I'm not sure if that's this year's one or if it's an old one
Yeah,
or
I'm not.
what.
I'm not 100% sure about the stuff this year. I've seen that it's like some weapon overrides, and I got an apron and I got the crustacean armor, but I don't know what else there is. If there's a pet, then I'm gutted I've not had it yet. Because actually, that could be it. I'm looking at the beach just now. That could be the thing in the bucket there, possibly. Maybe
It's
not.
like a
I'm not
crab
sure.
in a bucket, I think. That sort of thing.
Yeah, that probably is this year's pet. Then I would assume. Sorry, I'm
No,
blind. I'm trying to look.
it's all
Trying
good.
to look at it.
So, what about a favourite boss?
Uh, for mechanics, I'm not actually sure to be fair. Like I really really like going and doing the Elite Dungeon like one. I love the music in it. I like the Serious Deliverance. We always play it on the stream because it's just
It's
like
okay. We were just listening to that as well. It's actually
I
still
did hear
open.
you. Absolutely love that song, and I love the whole like story progression through the Elite Dungeons and things. But solo boss wise, I don't know. for money and things, it used to go to the QBD, but now it's definitely Vindicta seems to be seems to be the money maker with the lance and stuff like that at the moment. But I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, to be fair. Like what I would say is my favorite boss. Definitely not the ambassador. I don't like him.
I know. I think I hosted you one time, and you were trying some necks, and just your
Yeah.
blood phases were going quite poorly.
Well, what do you mean? I was doing so well.
I think I saw her get all the way back up to 140k HP at one point. So
Don't know what you mean. God, I know. I've done solo necks before, and I thought I'll just try it again. You know, I've done a few kills before, and then completely forgot what I was supposed to do. And chat were really trying to help me, and it just wasn't working for me. No matter what I was doing, they're like, "Just snipe it now, do snipe now," and I'm like, "I don't know what one snipe is. I'm panicking."
by the
But
time
yeah,
it comes up on chat, it's already like a second too late anyway. So it's
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I did eventually get a kill though, just the one, but I managed it.
it counts. It counts. It's fine.
Exactly. Oh God.
Do you remember your first 99 in game?
Yeah, my first 99 was cooking actually. Cooking, you know, old school. I got it because my husband was about to get 99 cooking, and I thought, why not just join him? And then we both got it within about a week of each other and went in to the cooking guild and were shown off, you know, that kind of thing. I don't actually remember what my second one was though, but cooking was definitely the first 99.
It's
And
always
I
the
remember,
first you remember.
yeah, I remember you could actually make money with the raw sharks and cooking them and then selling them back at that time. So I
Hmm.
think I made like a couple of mil from getting 99 as well, which I was very pleased at. You know, how times have changed.
Yeah, cooking is and fish is very expensive right now.
Yep.
I I like down. I was using sailfish when they were like 3k. Now they've doubled, so I've gone back to sharks, and even them, they're double the price when I was.
Oh no.
So
I've had some sailfish in my bank for a long time. I didn't even know they were that price.
they're
Dear.
like 6.5k now, I think, something like
I
that.
just need to go do some deep sea fishing, I think.
Yeah,
Some money.
yeah. That's what
How
I
about
did for 99 fishing in the end.
what
Was
was your first 99?
it was farming?
Farming. Really? That's not
Yes,
normally one that you hear people
I
get
mean
their
it.
first.
It probably is now with player-owned farms.
True.
So I only planted one single tree in the entire time it got me to 99. It was the final bit of XP. I went and planted a tree.
What
Just
tree
one
was it?
elder tree.
Oh. Oh jeez.
So,
Did you chop
yeah.
it down or is it still there?
I think it's still there. I don't remember chopping it down.
It has to stay there.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the one and only tree that will ever be planted by in RuneScape.
So, what about a last 99? Have you maxed over the
Yeah,
years?
I'm not
Yeah.
true backs. Like I've not got 120 Herblore or
Hmm.
120 Archaeology, but 99 Archaeology would be the most recent.
Yeah.
Seeing as I was maxed before that, but before that it was Invention, and before that it was Runecrafting. So technically the like
Would be rune crafting.
yeah,
Yeah.
Runecrafting was the last 99, and I got it like 3 or 4 days before Invention came out. So I had the max cape for a few days, and that was about
Yeah,
it.
I got rune crafting out of the way last double XP. I just sat in the rune span for most of my 40 hours. Was like, okay,
Yeah, it's
let's
not a
just
fun
do
skill.
this.
It's not a fun skill.
I mean, you
I've,
can make money, but
someone told me yesterday that soul runes are like 2k each or something like that as well. So definitely, especially since that's supposed to be pretty good XP. I've
mm.
not trained it in a long time, but I've heard it's good XP, so you could make some money and get some decent. I don't know.
So, what would you say your favorite skill is in the game?
I don't know. Probably either thieving or hunter. I would say, like out of the two. I really enjoyed Big Game Hunter. I think it's like it was a really good update for Hunter, but I quite enjoyed it before. And Thieving as well. I used to do Thieving for Clue Scrolls, but also I really enjoyed Pyramid Plunder. I don't know why. It was a mini game that I really liked doing, and it was a nice way to train Thieving at the time as well. So they've kind of stayed as my favorite skills, I would say.
There's quite a lot of variety in how you can train them, I guess, is one of the
Yeah,
good things.
exactly.
Like, obviously, you didn't even mention safe cracking.
Oh yeah, forgot about
Yeah.
safe. To be fair, safecracking is really good XP. I remember doing it for a while when it first came out, but I haven't done it in a really long time. I even forget about some of the alternative ways of the alternative ways of skilling nowadays that they have. Sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I forgot you could do that.
Yeah,
But
everyone, the focus on efficiency.
exactly. Although to be fair, I think it is best to do safe cracking. I just like thieving for some clue scrolls because it's a little bit more AFK, unless
Yeah.
obviously you're
You actually
you
get some rewards as well, rather than just the points and stuff, so...
exactly. And before Archaeology came out, they were saying on it was either on Twitter or on their live streams that we should go get the Signs of the Porter. So obviously like thieving and I'm gonna butcher the name, but I think it's Amlov area. You could obviously get
The
the
summoning one.
yeah,
Yeah.
you could get some of the signs that way, and I just kept banking them so that I had a little bit of a backlog. That and the divination energies. Obviously, they're
Yes.
very expensive now as well. So kind of got a little bit of them from thieving as well. So it's always good to make some money whilst not really doing much.
So how did Archaeologies launch compare to other skill launches you've been a part of?
I don't know. I enjoyed archaeology. I think it was a nice skill to an extent. I really enjoyed the kind of like going to different areas. You know, the result. There was a lot of ways um to kind of level up. It was quite a fast skill, I thought, in my opinion, to level to 99. I remember when Invention came out, although I think there was something that happened where people were told ahead of time by someone to buy like cannons, dwarf
The
cannons.
hand cannons, yeah.
Yeah,
I've read up on that. That
yeah.
sounds...
There was so there was a lot of people getting 99 very quickly, but still the people that didn't know about that, it took them a lot longer. So I kind of felt archaeology was a quick 99, but it was nice going to the different places and like the actual areas are really nice. The one issue I have with it is just how many signs of the porter you do need, to like Grace of the Elves having that like is just filled and you're sitting there not able to do anything without them really because
hmm
you have to keep. I don't know. I felt like that was just a little bit too reliant on that. But apart from that, I enjoyed the skill. I thought it was a nice skill, and the fact that it goes all the way to 120 and there's different places to go to and mysteries to do and all that. I like that they added all of those extras in. Definitely different from other skills.
Yeah, because you've got, in some ways, aspects of quests built into the dig sites with the mysteries. It's obviously kind of quite a delayed and drawn out quest in that you have to have certain levels to finish the parts,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah, I think
follows similar.
112 or 115 is like what you need to finish everything. It's
I think
crazy.
so. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
remember. It's for Comp Cape. It's like 117 or 119. It's something
yeah, that's
higher
not
like
happening
that.
for a while.
Yeah. Did you get lucky with the staff pieces before they were
No,
nerfed or
no,
no?
no, no. I never got any. That then they nerfed it. They put it to like 1 in a million chances.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there goes all my chances then. So no, I wasn't lucky. Every time, every single pylon, I would go there and someone would be like, "Oh, a staff piece," and you're like, "I hate you."
I think I got one on the second one, and that was the only piece I got.
How much did you sell it for? Because people were selling them for like 100 mil, if not more,
I
a bit.
Well, no, because it dropped a bit at that point. I think it was 75, 80, something like that. So it was
Still not bad, is
it
it?
was still
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about you, Baraki.
I did get a double Dragonmatic though from Big Game Hunter, so that was very nice.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
lucky to get that either. I didn't get anything. I did so much Big Game Hunter and got nothing. I wasn't very lucky. With luck, some nice person sold me one for 50 mil when they were about 100 mil, so I didn't have to spend too much on it. But yeah. And I do know some people were getting like, quite a few Dragonmatics, that it was a case of every 7 kills or so they'd be like, oh, I've got another one. You're just like, that's...
At the start, it did seem like they were really frequent, just literally popping them out.
For sure. I was hoping to get ones from Tetracompasses as well, but that never happened.
I was about to say, like, how many Tetras have you done?
Oh, I don't think I've done too many. I think maybe like 25. You can quick chat it, can't you?
Yes, I think so.
I don't think I've done like a lot. 30 exactly. Okay. It's not bad. But nothing nice from it. No Tony's Matic or anything, as much as that would be nice.
I guess it's a bit of a shame they are so simple. Obviously, for someone who does quite a few clue scrolls.
Yeah, I don't know. I had one that I had to cross the poison waste to get to, and I was like, "What is this?"
I think I've been here once in a quest. What's going on?
This is a lot of effort. Normally, I would have my Globetrotters. I would just teleport straight there. But they're. But yeah, they are. It's more getting them, I guess, getting the PCs and completing the collections that's the harder part. It's only like one step really, and then you've got your Tetracompass, which I guess I understand. I don't think they're worth it anymore though. Like they used to give you a little bit of profit, but now like the cost to make them with all the armadillion kind of yellow and stuff like that. I don't think the materials in them are quite worth it anymore unless you get something big like your Matic or whatever, either the Dragon Matic or the Heroes item, which obviously would be the end goal, I guess.
I guess it depends, because if you get some nice artifacts to repair. The amount of times that I mucked up artifact relic and stuff in that like first week of just watching it and watching people stream it and saying the wrong word, it was, I don't know why it was so easy to mix up, but
it's a complicated skill, to be fair. My bank is filled with things I can't do yet from the Tetracompasses, so like things that are well above the level. I think one of them's like 119. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be in there for quite some time.
I went through and cleaned out everything that I could do because I was tired of looking at the bank. There was a calculator website and I put it up and I just typed in every single one. It told me how many materials I needed and I went and bought them from the G and I lost 60 mil, but it's now cleaned some space and
oh gosh,
it was well worth it.
So much money on materials to begin with, and like I didn't even go over the board like I've seen some people, but just having to go buy like the base materials in particular, like is it third age iron? Is that what it's called? Like the very base. Like used to try buy that, but obviously they capped the amount that you could get as well. It was awful to begin with, trying to get your feet off the ground with that. But once you get into it, you've got them there. But to begin with, it's not. It's not fun. I think I spent about 500 mil overall to get to 99, which is a lot more than I would have ever planned on spending in the game on a skill.
But you were enjoying it, so that's all that mattered, I guess.
That's true. And now I've got 101 archaeology, and I've not done anything with it since.
Fair enough. At least the relics are quite nice.
That's true.
Have you got the good ones, I suppose? I mean, there's obviously different good ones for what you're doing.
I have a lot of the relic things in my bank that I haven't done anything with. So the only one I've got active at the moment is the Luck of the Dwarf relic, the one with the hands, so that I can wear like my death ring.
Yep.
Yeah, ring of death.
Yep. Yeah.
So that if I die, I don't, waste a lot of money. And that happens quite a lot. So can still loot without having to go get my luck ring or whatever. But apart from that, I haven't really looked into them too much, to be fair. It's just other aspects of the skill that I really should look into more, but I haven't.
You'll get the motivation to at some point.
Exactly. I only recently did the relic with the Luck of the Dwarves because I got enough fortunate components to do an alchemical onyx. I thought, oh, I'll make myself one and I'll keep, because I've got the imbued one from imbued Luck of the Dwarves from raids, and I
Yeah.
wanted to keep it. So I thought, why not? I can make another Luck of the Dwarves and then throw it on that, and I'm not technically losing any money because they're quite expensive at the moment.
I'm sure you made quite a bit of money with all your cluing as well.
Yeah,
The
I have
fortunate
been pretty
components.
lucky with clues, I must say.
So,
I've been pretty lucky.
so how long have you been doing clues and stuff on stream for? Because obviously it's Cluesday pretty much every
Yeah.
Tuesday. How has that sort of come around?
I used to do it actually. I used to do Treasure Trail Thursday. It was called when the kind of like channel was first made. So I've been doing this. It was November that we started the Treasure Trails, November 2018. So it's been almost 2 years. But it changed from Treasure Trail Thursday to Cluesday. Not long after, I would say probably like a couple of months after we started it, just because, well, Cluesday sounded better too.
Bit less of a
So we went
mouthful.
for that. Yeah, and just kind of continued from there because like the community seemed to love it. So, and I enjoyed doing the clues. So it's always been something that it's just kind of ended up being a staple. Like that's always Tuesday's always been Cluesday. So, just kind of so yeah, pretty much almost 2 years it's been happening now. And we've not really been that lucky.
So for those people watching that don't know what Cluesday entails, how does it go down?
So you get points for watching the stream. So if you watch us, you get points basically, but not the points that are down the bottom, like the actual bot. So like stream elements that we use. And you with the points from that, you can buy a clue spin, a spin on the clue wheel, and it's got a exact same chance basically of hitting any type of clue from an easy to a master. So you get a spin on that, and whatever it lands on, I will then do that clue, and then you meet me, and I'll give you whatever's in it. Unless it's over 200 mil, then we split it. So if you're going to get a Barrow's die, you're going to get one given to you. But if you get like a shadow, we might half it, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Just so that in case something like really big comes in and I'm like giving someone an Orlando Smith's hat,
Yeah.
it would hurt me a lot inside.
At least it would be on your log though, right?
That's true. That is true. That is true. I would have it there, nice and shiny.
So what is the most valuable thing that's come from a Cluesday clue?
About 2 weeks after we started doing them, we got a shadow die. Like literally within 2 weeks, and that's been the only like really big item I would say. But I just gave that over to the person, so we didn't have it or
Yeah.
anything like that. So they I think at the time they were like 750 mil maybe. So someone walked away with 750 mil and we're pretty pleased. Apart from that, I think it's probably just been like soul ornament kits and things
Okay.
like that. The masters given maybe up to 30 mil max. We've not had a die for a while. We're hoping maybe one day, but not had a die for a while. The thing is, like, I do clues off of Cluesday as well, so like sometimes I'll get them and I feel really guilty. Because like I'm like, oh well, that could have been a Cluesday opening thing, but oh well.
So what's the best thing you've pulled yourself?
Third age die would be the best thing that I've got from clues. So I got that from an elite, obviously, quite early on actually. I think it was like 300-ish elites in, and then it would be third age. At the time,
Doesn't get much better.
No, no, not really. 1.9 bill, I think I got for it. So it wasn't like just over max cash that it is just now, but it's still a lot of money.
Did you put it on the G or did you sell
No, I
it through
sold
the
it on
forums?
I sold it on the G. If it was now, and because it's a little bit over max cash, I would sell it person to person. But at the time, because it was under max cash, I just thought it's safer. It's like
Yeah.
if they came down to 2.2 bill, I'd probably just sell them on the GE as well, just to not get scammed. Because you always kind of get worried that something's going to happen when it's person to person. So yeah, I sold it in that, and then I took a bill and I gave 900 mil to my husband, so we both managed to get ourselves out and with some new stuff in RuneScape. It was nice.
Have you got a favourite pet in game?
Probably would be the Clue pet. I do like Blue, the little sheepdog.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but if it's for drops wise, like the pet, I don't have it, but I quite like the look of Flo, the Fletching pet. I think it's quite nice, like the little feather. I don't know why, I just really like that. It's cute.
Floating quill.
Yeah. How about yourself? What's your
Favorite pet? I quite like Ace, the hunter pet.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know what he looked like until I got him, which was a nice surprise. So yeah, probably Ace at the moment, and I really like the look of.
Isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like the look of the ED2 pet as well. The Blackstone Dragon, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get that from? Wait, do you get that from ED2? And you need to use it in ED3 or something to get it? Or...
Yeah. You have to use. Yeah, you have to use it in the final part somehow. I'm not exactly sure, but
yeah,
maybe I think Seyu does it for you.
I think so. That would probably make sense, to be fair. At that little bit where Seyu pops his head through, that would make sense. But yeah, I've not been lucky enough, sadly, to get any of that.
No, I haven't really attempted it. I've done a few trios, and I did get very lucky. I'm on 12 Ambassador Casey, and I got an Eldritch piece,
Damn.
which was
jealous.
very good. That was done with Wazzy, and he is, I think, 300 solos, and he has one single piece.
Oh, jeez.
So, but obviously we spread it.
Okay, but I've not had that many kill counts. Like I don't like the boss. Like I like the boss, but I don't like the boss. The boss likes to kill me a lot. So
okay,
I tend to make it to him and then throw a death touch dart at him and hope for the best.
Why not?
You never know. Might get that double crossbow part.
Yeah, that pays for all the darts quite.
Exactly.
Is there any activity in game that you wish was more popular? You wish more people would do it?
I really used to like doing Soul Wars. We used to do Soul Wars a lot as a clan. And I know like it's PK, and I know RS3 isn't really like the biggest on PKing, but it is actually quite a fun, like it's a fun like activity, I would say, to do. That, and I really liked the is it Rum Deal? Is it, no, what's it called? The one with the pirates. Not pest control. Trouble Brewing, that's it. I'm like, someone help me. That's how popular it is. I can't even remember its name. No, I really like Trouble Brewing, so it would be nice for that to be a little bit busier as well. But I don't really feel that there's many activities in RuneScape that really have that much, unless they're in like they're highlighted. Is that kind of you're getting the more is it Fowler? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I've never really been a big fan of like Castle Wars or anything. I don't know why. There's just something about Castle Wars that I'm not really the biggest fan of. Like I never really get out of the gates without getting my butt handed to me anyways.
I see, because I've only been playing for like a year and a half. I've basically not really had a chance to participate in any of the minigame stuff because it just doesn't seem like there's anyone around. And the thing is, I think Castle Wars, I know you get obviously a lot of people that just sit there to get the halo. Obviously, it's not quite as bad as when it was for Trimmed Comp, but I think they
No.
still sit there to just get the hours and the games in.
Yeah, I've seen a few people. They go like hide up the very top and just sit there. So it's just I don't know. Wasn't there's like a chess game, and I swear you have to do that as part of a quest, which means that you would have to find someone to play that game with you. Like unless they've changed it. Is it Conquest? That's it. There's that game, and I'm not really a big fan of that. But I swear you need to do it as part of a quest. To so trying to find like someone extra to help you is a pain because I don't think it's that popular either. Um, but I mean I wouldn't say that I've seen loads of things do well. But because we have quite a big clan, I've been quite lucky to be able to take part in a lot of the activities and not really like struggled to get the people count on them. But when
Yes,
you
yeah.
require 10 people to come in to play something, uh, definitely doesn't work too well. Like pest control works pretty well because I think you only need like 5 people, but
The full
the game
tens, yeah,
the game's like
tricky.
Soul Wars when you need so many folk at either side, and it's just it's a shame because some of them are pretty fun. I guess it's that they're not the rewards aren't really worth it in comparison to the time that you spend in it nowadays. You know, so I can kind of see why they're not as busy, but yeah,
It's
I
another product of efficiency escape, I guess.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a shame because the game used to be very very much like focused on it being an MMO, like loads and loads of people. But now it's definitely you hear a lot more people say it's soloscape. There's less activities to do together, and I quite enjoy that aspect. That's like the aspect, like I was saying earlier, that you get into the game with. That there's other people to play, but it's not going to make you the money. It's not going to get you the levels quickly. So, in fact, people might even bring you down.
Did you ever
But
get lured when you were starting, or did you have your faithful guardians keeping an eye?
no, I almost got lured in the Wildy when it came back. So when I started, there was no Wildy. It was
Oh,
just
right, okay,
friends.
yeah, yeah.
So I think 2009 was a bad year because there was trade limits on like trading people, like people to people as well. So and that was based on your quest points, I want to say, and like how long you knew the person for, like if they were on your friends list and things like that as well. So they brought back the Wildy, and then some guy was trying to get me to help him make a YouTube video about it, but yeah. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll help, being all thinking I was being nice. And no, what he was trying to do was get it so that um there would be enough of a delay that I would hit them back and get sculled with all of my nice stuff on in the Wildy, and they would get to take it because there was 2 of them there,
Hmm.
sort of thing. Uh, but like you said, my husband was like, "No, get out of the Wildy, get out of the Wildy with all your stuff, please." And I'm like, "Okay."
I don't want to have to buy it back for you.
Basically, yeah, that was fun. So I've been quite lucky, to be fair, in that sense that that's not happened. I have been scammed though, and I have said to people before I got scammed quite like not recently, but close enough that I've said on stream about people needing to be careful because I thought it was legit, and obviously turned out not to be. Which was a guy was asking for people to buy like rune ore. This is before the
Okay,
mining
okay,
season
yeah.
rework. So like 20,000 rune ore. So he's testing to see, and I didn't even notice this, testing to see how much money you've got at first. So if someone offers to buy that much for someone, then he knows that you've got enough money worth scamming. So he asked me to do that for him, and I did that, and he obviously gave the money over. Everything was fine, and then he asked me to buy this specific item, and I didn't even think that. So he goes, "Can you buy me these?" It was like a hunter juju potion 2. Like
Something
was
very
very very
specific,
specific.
yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, I'm flipping them. Can you buy me these? Just buy one, and you'll see it buys in for like, say it was like 10k per pop. And I'm like, okay. So I bought one. Yeah, it did come in for that. And he's like, can you buy me so many of these? And then he gets me to buy so many. And then it's not until I realize I'm like, okay, right. He's gonna then not give me the money. I realized the way he was asking, he wasn't going to get me the money for it, but then they don't sell back at that price because he's put them on for that much. He's the only one selling them. So it was about 400 mil I got scammed out of, it was painful. Very, very painful. So yeah, don't do people favors unless you really know them. Basically, unless you know them, don't do them favors. Yeah, it was rough, but luckily I had enough money that it didn't make that much of a like. It was painful and it was embarrassing, and it taught me a lesson, but it didn't like. It
completely
didn't ruin
cripple you. Yeah,
exactly. Like it wasn't like I got hacked or whatever. I just had to build that money back up.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a little bit tipsy as well. That's the only thing I can say is the extra. So don't drink and scape. That was not a nice time, I must say.
So have you either of you like dabbled with old school much or not really?
When it very, very first got they released it, I went over to it and then realized that I had to start from scratch and then went, nah, it's okay. But I never played the game back then. I played it in 2009, so I didn't have the nostalgia either. Although I do see some of the updates they get, and I'm pretty jealous. Like some of the bosses and things that they get, I must say, would be nice to have like in RS3, and some of the other like things. I don't know, like the quests. Like I'd like a Dragon Slayer 2. That would be nice. Like they've got Monkey Madness 2 as well. I want these quests.
All the sequels, yeah.
Yeah. But obviously, I guess like in keeping with it being old school, it makes more sense to do a sequel than to make a new quest line sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'd be able to do in RS3. How about yourself? Have you played old school?
I haven't, and again, it's that starting from scratch.
Yeah.
I think. I will at some point, I'm sure, because I'm quite looking forward to playing through the quests again. Now, like, obviously, initially doing the quests, I didn't really understand a huge amount about the world. But now, obviously, after having played for a while, played through all the quests once, going back over them and actually paying attention to them properly, and not spacebarring half of them, will be will be good and interesting. Like, I don't know, recently, the last few months, I've really started to get into learning a bit more about the lore, so
I think that it makes them more enjoyable. Like if you're just doing them to get them done, fair enough. I understand people just want their comp cape backs or something like that. So I completely understand that. But obviously, like doing them and actually like reading through the story and knowing what's happening does make them that little bit more enjoyable. So yeah. I'm with you. Like, people ask me, like, "Oh, do you remember what I need to do for this quest?" And I'm like, "No, it's not long." So, like you said, like a replayability on quest would be nice. Would actually be really quite nice, I must say.
rather
Not
than
like
having to do
the game though.
Yeah, I guess the problem is it does, like, a lot of the quests change the location of NPCs and that sort of thing, so it can be tricky. Obviously, if you could replay Kindred Spirits, does Linza stay there?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, I guess.
That was a fun quest. I like that one. Getting some more backstory behind Barrows.
A lot of the quests, like I think, once you start to really think about them, they are actually really good. It's just maybe some of the beginning ones not so much. Like I wasn't a big fan of like One Small Favor. That wasn't a fun quest.
See,
but,
I kind of realised what they were doing about halfway through, and then you start to really enjoy, like, okay, it's just completely taking the mick of fetch quests. I love it.
That's the old humour, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, which I do like. Like they've brought into some of the more recent quests, like the I know it's not a big quest, but like the slime quests and stuff like that. It is kind of nice to see some of the humour come back. It's just maybe not as substantial as it should be, but it is nice to see some of the old humour coming back into it as well.
It's something Will Miss It, when I interviewed him, he said, like, his favourite quests are those small, little, self-contained stories. rather than these giant, all-world encompassing god stories. He prefers those little kind of villager
Yeah,
quests, like witch's house or that sort of thing. Or
no, definitely. I think as well as that's kind of was what the game was based on to begin with. Like, they I don't really know when they started making it like story driven. Like there's an actual story to the game rather than you're just going around and helping little people and like you said, like these little fetch quests and stuff that you need to do. When they actually started bringing the stories in.
I mean, I
But
guess it's as soon as they started to introduce the stoner jazz, surely, because that's the
probably, yeah,
big thing.
probably that would make sense because that's when it was kind of like the whole. It's when the gods start to come in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm like thinking of some of the older quests, and some of them they were quite funny just to do like silly, like the Giver quest that they brought out.
Yep.
I really like that. Like I liked going to behind the scenes and just all the stupid things like that kind of stuff. It's funny, but I don't know. I guess it's not progressing the
The story.
storyline,
Yeah.
but it's fun to immerse yourself in it that time. Like that bank standing skill I think they had, is it that you could get 99 by just standing at the bank for
Yeah, and obviously sailing and riding
yeah, like
and
stupid things that have obviously been jokes in the game before, but they managed to bring it in. It's nice. It's like the old RuneScape humor for sure.
So obviously on your channel you're not just RuneScape focused. You do quite a variety of stuff. How
Yeah.
how does that go? What are the normal go-to games for anyone that doesn't know?
At the moment we are playing so we do RuneScape. I probably would do RuneScape the Tuesday and Wednesday. And my husband will play either Minecraft, The Sims, or Satisfactory at the moment. On Sunday and Monday. And then we also do like bonus days at the moment because obviously there's stuff going on that
Yeah.
can't work. So uh on a Friday and Saturday we'll do like different games. So I play Skyrim, that's kind of like a playthrough that I've got at the moment. And he might then pick up something like extra on those days as well. But that tends to be our kind of like at the moment tends to be the games that we play. So it's like RuneScape, Skyrim, The Sims, Minecraft, and Satisfactory at the moment. So it's fun though because it's nice to not like focus just purely on one thing. I get really burnt out sometimes, like grinding. So it's nice sometimes to have a break and go try something else. And you realize that other people like those games as well. We were really scared to begin with to move away from RuneScape because that was like our main game. Like
Yes. Yeah.
we built an audience essentially here. And when we moved to it was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that my husband decided to play, and it hurt to see like the view count so low. But like after a while you find the games that work, but also that you enjoy, and you don't care about that. You don't care about not seeing as high a numbers because you start to appreciate that your community are just happy to come and see you play whatever. Like even if it is only 10 people, that's 10 people are still coming to watch this game that they've never seen before with you. And I
And
think taking
experience
that
it. Yeah.
exactly, it helped a lot.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna try and play through Dark Souls at some point.
Oh goodness.
And I'm not looking forward to it because I really don't think I've got the patience. But
Yeah, I've seen a few people. We've raided over to a few people that have been playing it, and as soon as like I see it, I'm just like, yeah, I would rage quit within 2 seconds. I do not have the patience for that kind of game, but it does seem as well like it's you get these people that do challenges, like don't get hit by things and the whole game and stuff.
well,
So
and in the whole series as well. I think someone finished a trilogy run of 1, 2, and 3. It might have even been Demon Souls without getting hit a single time, which is
crazy.
actually insane.
But yeah, if you enjoy those games, that's the thing. Like, go try it. You never know. Like, why stay just because you're scared? people aren't going to come watch you on it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's nice to just go try something else and have
Yeah.
fun with it, because that's
I,
the main thing, isn't it? You need
I
to
was
enjoy
the
yourself.
point of streaming is to have fun. Really,
Exactly.
it should be. Obviously, a lot of people have seen how profitable it is and just go into it with that sort of idea of, I'm going to become a rich person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good luck. There's about 5 million other people doing exactly that same thing.
Exactly. And more so even now because of, again,
Yeah,
things that
yeah,
are
yeah.
happening. So there's more people like trying to make a living on Twitch and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's a case of, like, it's just go enjoy yourself and have fun with it, because that's really the best thing, if you're enjoying it, then people will see you they're enjoying it and jump in and say hello, that kind of thing. You just meet more people as you go along as well. So it's always varieties. It's hard because nobody really knows where to find you, and I think, if you're
Mm.
constantly swapping between, it's hard to build to begin with. But um after a while, I think people get used to it, and I also think it's a safer option, just in case one of the games you're playing just disappears one day. You never
Yeah.
know. You never know if, God forbid, something happens to RuneScape and it has to shut its servers down, and it's gone forever. Then what are you supposed to do? So you kind of give yourself some extra games that you can play and move that way. Not that I would like that to happen, but
It
just in case.
it means you're not completely all in on something, and you know what else you enjoy as well. Yeah.
Exactly. But it is slower, definitely. Um, I think that I've seen some people, they're on RuneScape and they're maybe bringing in like close to 100 people, and
Yep.
then they move over and it's not quite the same, or vice versa. Like, I've seen partnered streamers come over to RuneScape, and they had amazing numbers over playing another game. Then they came over and they're not doing well. It's something that I think a lot of people battle, but you just enjoy yourself. I guess that's the main thing, isn't it?
Because you're not just streamers and YouTubers. You also yourself dabble in a bit of an artistic side.
A little bit.
I know you've done quite a few like emotes and stuff. I think I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been really lucky, actually. Like, so the folk in the community, especially the RuneScape community, they're absolutely lovely, and a lot of them have asked me to do emotes for them, and that I've been able to make some extra cash from that as well, which is absolutely amazing. So, and I've met some new people, like some new streamers that I would never have been able to meet out with that as well. It's like another way of networking as well. It's really, it's nice. It's and it's nice to see your artwork on someone else's channel as well. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, people say nice things about your art, like anything you do. It's like, oh,
It's that nice appreciation, that warmth.
yeah,
Yeah.
art. So,
Wolf is saying you need to play more Alien Isolation.
oh god. Eventually, we'll get there.
That's the one where you've just got the scanner, right?
Oh
Basically,
yeah.
and yeah.
I think I'm about halfway through the game. We did it as like we hit some goals on the
Yeah.
stream, so put up a horror game as like a thank you, and they like to watch me play them because I scream a lot. So, yeah, we played that, and I think I'm about halfway through, and I don't really know if I want to go back to it. It's not very nice. I don't like it. I don't like that feeling of something's like constantly following you.
Okay, so have you got any future plans or anything that any new games you're thinking of playing in the future or anything like that, or any other plans for RuneScape stuff?
I'm not sure. I'm not. They're not 100% sure at the moment. We've changed up a few things, obviously, like trying to bring in some more games and stuff as well. Uh, we do a redemption on our stream where people can like choose a game that we play. So it's nice to try different things with that. Because if it hadn't been for that, then I might not have played Skyrim, which has now become like a main game. in the stream. I do have some. I've got Undertale. Is that what it's called? I
Yeah,
think it's,
the like pixely kind of one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got that in the Steam sale, and I'd quite like to. I'd quite like to play that. And I got the Forest as well that I would quite like to try. And there's a few games when they eventually come out, so like not Dead by Daylight, sorry, Dying Light 2. When that comes out, I would like to stream that because I love the first Dying Light. I love zombie games. So there's a few things that I would like to, but I always want to like finish the story first.
Yeah.
But I think it's a case of always like continue with RuneScape on, that's always going to be the kind of backbone game that we have, but then like mix in different things here and there.
Lots of story games and
exactly,
yeah.
it's nice, kind of nice to try something different.
Okay, well, I've covered everything I had written down, but that doesn't mean we're done. Twitch chat, what have you got to ask? I'm gonna hand it over to you. I have faith.
Oh no.
Oh, at first, actually, sorry. Question to both of you: favorite curries?
Curries?
Yeah, it's something I've ended up asking the last like 4 or 5 guests, and I've got.
I don't know. Don't really have too much, to be fair. Yeah. Tikka masala? I don't even know if that counts.
Yeah, that counts. Someone said butter chicken, so tikka masala definitely counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not something we tend to have too much, to be fair. Spaghetti bolognese. Oh, that's
yeah.
That's a staple in this house.
Yeah, whenever we'd go camping as kids, we'd go like as a family. It would always be spag bol for the first night.
It's good. It's just
you can't go wrong.
Exactly.
Even better if you got some garlic bread, but.
Oh yeah. Well, my husband, he's gluten intolerant, so
okay.
Yeah, gluten-free bread is not nice. It's not tasty, so we tend to try avoid it if we possibly can, and it's not cheap either. So we don't tend to have too much bread, sadly. Although garlic bread is life.
All right, has anyone in chat got any questions that they would like to ask? I'm sure a lot of questions have probably already been asked to you while you've been streaming, but
it's fine. It's fine. Nothing's.
Oh, that's not that's
a wrong question.
That's like picking a favorite child, Espion.
I know. Espy, it's definitely you. Nah, I wouldn't. Favorites. Got to be that spit caca. we have a thing in our stream that started. Espy and someone called Lauren started it. They both made puns, that bad of puns that we ended up making F off command. So it basically tells them to F off, like a sound command that says to F off. And now everybody pretty much has one. They've redeemed like their own sound effects. There's quite a lot of F off commands in our stream because of SP.
So the favourite Swedish word, sorry, I think you said it, but what does it mean, if you don't mind?
I think it's a dessert, spetkaka. So I don't even know where this is from. There's a long running joke of them trying to get me to pronounce things because I can't. You know that Welsh like
Oh,
town.
the go. Yeah.
that kind of became a thing where we joke about it, and Okami is from Sweden, so I think it was Okami that came in and asked me to say it, and we now just shout at each other whenever we see each other. So it became a thing. The only other Swedish words I know is lagom and fika. That's it.
Oh, this looks nice. I've just looked up a picture of it. Hang on, let me see if I can get it on stream. Oh, this looks lovely.
Apparently it's dry, though. So
I don't know, this one doesn't look too dry. Hang on, let's see. This might take a little bit of scuffness, but that's fine. Add source. Where did it save to? Whoop. And here it comes.
I'm like, drum roll.
Oh, it's taken...
Hey!
There we go.
I've now got it in my head of like, like it was just me and this cake.
Yeah, just. Oh God! See you later.
Oh dear.
I mean, that looks quite tasty, to be honest.
I don't know what it's made of. Perhaps Akame can let us know. But yeah, apparently that's a spit.
It looks like pancakes.
Yeah, yeah, like kind of like a big waffle mixture, a big pancake mixture, isn't
Covered
it?
in like icingy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. Yeah.
Enough of the cake.
Oh dear.
All right. So
Are you trying to say Lupo? Jesus Christ.
the whole cake is pretty much icing. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, like a meringue. Oh, that makes sense actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to have cream or something with it.
Yeah. Could you like pour? Yeah, if you poured something like hot on it, would it like melt like a meringue? You know, like
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know if you have custard with a meringue. Do you? I don't
No,
know.
like baked Alaska though.
Yeah, yeah. It would. Okay.
All right, let's. Okay. I'm getting baked Alaska now. Hang on. It's just. How do we do this? For those of you that haven't seen Baked Alaska. There it is.
Tasty.
That looks so good.
It does. It does look very, very nice.
Right, let's get rid of it. I've already had dinner. I shouldn't be eating.
So every time, I don't know if it happens with yourself as well, but every time like streaming, someone for some reason comes in and starts talking about a takeaway, and I'm like, damn. Even though I've already had dinner, I could go a takeaway now. Could get a kebab.
A lot of the time, I end up streaming in the morning, so I don't have that temptation. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, Esme. This is exactly why you have those commands.
The punny one of the group, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's awful.
Also, I should say thank you to everyone that followed while you've been doing this. Vidar, Vaseline Fairy, Bonrot, Cushy, I think as well. Fish, I can't remember. I think you might have been before, but Fish. Wait, a Donna Burger.
What? I don't. Oh, like.
Oh.
What, like doner meat on top of a burger? That sounds quite nice, actually. Sounds pretty tasty.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Talk about food.
Yeah, why? Talk about something else.
Oh dear.
Do you play many like board games and stuff, or is it more the virtual variety normally?
No, I've not played board games for a while. Like I used to play a lot of different ones with my parents. My mum was really into like I can't even remember what it's called, but it was like one that you had to put on a DVD, and it would like be I guess had like a dungeon master kind of thing. So it was kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but it was on this DVD, and I really can't remember what it's called. We used to play that when I was younger, but not like so much now. To be fair, we have a lot of pets, and if you have anything just sitting around for any amount of time, it gets knocked off of like tables and things.
Which is not safe.
Yeah, basically.
Because how many pets is it you've got in total?
We have 2 dogs and 3 cats. So and it's two big dogs as well. So yeah, it's a busy house. It's a very busy house. Do you have any pets yourself, or?
No, not in the house. We sometimes nick my fiance's parents' dog for like a month.
Like go take some walks and stuff.
Yes, like the beginning of April, I think we ended up having him for 7 weeks 'Cause it's like, oh well, we can't take him back. Lockdown, you know, we'll
That's
have
it.
to stay. Oh, such a shame. So
That's the thing. It is nice to have the company sometimes, but yeah, they definitely like because we've got the two kind of husky type dogs. Our house at the moment, because their hair's blown out, is absolutely horrendous. Like we're having to hoover twice a day,
yeah,
brush the dogs twice a day, and it's just it's a lot of work.
but they're so worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What?
What are they?
Okay.
They're still talking about Doner Kebab.
Yeah.
I thought we were moving on from food. Okay, has anyone else got any questions? I mean, how did the like artistic emote side come about? Have you always sort of had an interest in like drawing and stuff, or was that?
I was very much like a well, still okay, I guess. Very much a nerd in school. So in high school, me and my friend decided to make an anime club for the last couple of years, and like a lot of people that joined the anime club, we used to watch like whatever DVDs people had, basically. But a lot of them were really artistic and like really good. Like we're talking like amazing artists.
Yeah.
So we used to like all just get together and draw sometimes. So when I was in high school and probably the first little bit of university as well, I did a lot of drawing. I joined the Anime Society in university as well. But then I got like busy with working and things once I left uni, and I just kind of stopped because I never really had the time. And it wasn't until I started watching another streamer actually, and she plays RuneScape and she's an artist as well. And just like watching her, I don't know what, it just made me just want to like start again, just want to try again. So I did, and the stream were very
I
very kind.
I feel like I know the streamer. Is it Mercy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've spent my time like navigating through the RuneScape Twitch directory. I recognize most descriptions now.
Yeah, she's absolutely lovely. She is. She's a lovely girl and a really nice streamer as well. And you just watching her, and it got me into, like I said, the stream gave like some. They gave me a donation to get a drawn tablet to do digital art, and it just kind of like became a thing after that. And then I just got, I guess, a little bit more confident with it, so went for it.
Anyway, hello Wooty and his 24 friends. How are you doing this evening? You've missed about an hour or so of me chatting to the lovely Plum. But we are in the Twitch chat section. We have just been talking about desserts and doner burgers. But if you've got any questions you'd like to ask, go ahead and go. Is this just
Oh
what?
God, sorry, on Jesus Christ. Oh no.
I do love it. Whenever I do these, obviously I get the different like channels, audiences come into chat, and just seeing how chat is different for every single like people. Nikki,
I'm
you are
pure trash. The biggest piece of trash you'll ever see. Oh dear. Good answer. Oh yes.
I'm sorry,
Oh, dear.
Nikki. I'll have to try and get one not on a Wednesday.
Oh dear.
But
I seen
Oh.
what he got his Seren Godbow. I seen he got it.
Grats.
Yeah. Definitely it was an amazing day. What's a reasonable question? Something that's within the, terms of service.
Yeah, as long as it's within TOS, it's fine, No questions, but really enjoyed it. Thank you, and thank you again for following.
Oh, I have no idea, Havoc. I really should put one together, to be fair. I really should, but it's just I was gonna organize we did a clue off like last year, I think it was now. And I was going to organize one for this year, but then they put a double XP weekend out. And then something else happened. I think like other streamers were doing like challenges and stuff, and I thought I'll just put it off. But I really should put it together.
And then they announced another double XP weekend.
Exactly.
And then another.
I'm never getting a break.
Okay, Wuchi's got a question. Is there anything that you'd do differently if you started streaming again?
I'm not sure, to be fair. Like the stuff that we've kind of changed have been like due to other reasons, I guess. I would say when we first started, we did a lot of streams revolving around giveaways and things like that, and I kind of wish we didn't do that. It's the only kind of way that I can explain.
I think I know it kind of feels like artificial growth in some ways.
Yeah. Exactly. So I would make sure that we didn't do anything like that, but I don't know, apart from maybe like starting off with a webcam, because we got one kind of later into streaming and stuff like that, I don't think we would change too much, to be fair. Oh god.
What is happening now?
I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know. Like our stream started, like our actual channel started as a clan channel. Like it didn't start as myself and my husband. It started as a thing that members of the clan could all get together. So we actually had different people streaming on the channel as well. So it wasn't, in fact, I wasn't anything to do with it. It was my husband and Rogue, his name was, well, his in-game name was, and like he kind of like dropped off of it. We used to only stream like clan events, which was like we'd do penguin hide and seek, we'd do raids, that kind of thing. And we used to have like everybody from that was doing raids in Discord, and it was an absolute nightmare, honestly. Like I don't even know why anybody watched it, because like listening back to some of the old streams, like you can't hear what anybody's saying. They're
10
all just
voices
talking.
on top of each other. Yeah.
They're all talking over one another, and some people's attitudes don't necessarily like they don't reflect what I would feel personally. And it's quite hard to tell someone not to say something like that when you're in a group call, that kind of thing. So I would probably not have done that, but I also learned like we would never have got on Twitch if it wasn't for that. So I can't be like ungrateful for it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know Twitch was a thing until it was suggested. Like I'd never been on, I'd never watched anybody, and now it's such a big thing. Like, you know, I jump into people's streams just to chat myself, because like I enjoy the interaction. Like it's, you know, YouTube but a level up.
Yeah, I try to
talk to the people.
Because for me, Twitch until probably 2 years ago was just the place I'd go and watch like esports stuff. Because I used to watch the League of Legends competitions quite a lot and that sort of thing. I didn't really realise the actual individual communities that each channel has. Like I'd follow a couple of pro players and that sort of thing, but then oh look, we speak of the devil and she may appear. Hello, Mercy. We were just talking about you.
Nice things, of course.
Oh God. What's going on? Oh dear. So they're talking about a player that disappeared.
Yeah, that was Rogue. So that his name was Rogue Monkey, but he went rogue. That's kind of obviously the joke. He disappeared. He stopped playing RuneScape, but he used to be one of the ones that streamed on the channel. But he used to do racks, actually. He used to do like a lot of PVM, which, you know, we're not really the best PVMers, myself and my husband. So that was kind of something new. But it was a little bit of a mess. Like they were nice and they involved the clan as a community and stuff like that, but they were awful. And then someone said something really, really inappropriate on the stream to someone else, and we got in trouble for it. And we just went, nope, no more. let's just rein this in, and we changed the name over to deal with ourselves rather than the clan and stuff like that as well. So that all kind of got pulled in a little bit.
So, what do you think about the whole DMCA thing? Were you playing like just whatever music before, and have you changed? Or
We used to have song requests on like pretty much all the
Yeah.
time, unless it's so my husband, he does like the editing for some of his streams and he puts them onto YouTube. So like he wouldn't have them on those ones just because
Yep.
obviously like YouTube have always been really quite serious about their no copyright music, that kind of thing. But we always thought that if it just gets its audio muted, that's kind of fine. But then to see someone from the Runescape community actually get the DMCA thing, that really kind of was like, oh, this is really quite like hitting hard, like close to home. Especially since it's not like he's, I don't think he'd streamed in so long as well. Like seeing that happen to him, it was quite a shame. So we went back and sat for a few days just going through all of the old clips and just making sure we deleted anything that was there. And now we've kind of like just, if it's game music, like if it's RuneScape music or like a music that might be in gameplay of a game, we'll allow people to request it. But otherwise it's kind of a case of just whatever we put on in the background, which is a shame because it was nice sometimes to learn new songs you maybe hadn't heard.
Yeah, I kind of am now defaulting to just Jan's 1,200 track
There's a lot.
RuneScape playlist and just shuffling it. Although it does seem a few of them always seem to come up. We always seem to have Angel of Death, that's a common one.
Yeah,
and Book of Spells.
Greg always that theme always comes up for me. That's always
7.5 minutes long. It's a bit too long for me. It's good for a couple of minutes, but it's like, all right, okay.
Exactly. It's fine. We like ourselves some stereo deliverance, like I've said, so we just kind of throw that on, and that keeps everybody happy. So.
All right. So, has anyone else got any questions, or are we? I have no idea what they're talking about, to be honest. I mean, I'm assuming we are going. Yes, okay, we're getting song request. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
There are a few of our like sound commands on our stream as well. So like if you put an !stick, it will say the. I don't know if you've heard like "Hey Dougie," like the kids thing. Yeah, it's horrible. It's actually horrible, but it became a thing. Oh God.
So, right. If you do think of any questions, obviously feel free to pop them in chat. Anything is fine as long as it's within TOS, honestly. But yeah, I mean, about the clip thing, like I think I went through. I only had a few, so I downloaded copies of them, so I've got them.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing because like a lot of the people that we listened to, they said it was fine. They're not going to copy strike people, but now they've got their own pay for music streaming like platforms and stuff, so you have to pay to access it. I guess essentially a license. So I feel like a lot of the music companies have monetized from it, and I totally understand it's their property, like the music is their property. That's kind of how it works. It's the same with like artists. Just because you found it on Google doesn't mean it belongs to you. So just because we found it on YouTube doesn't mean we own that piece of music.
Of course.
But it also then works that other way around, whereas like people are hearing that song and then possibly buying it, or folk are paying, or they feel like they're paying for Spotify, so therefore should be able to stream the music, that kind of thing. I don't know really exactly where I stand on it. I understand it happening. I just maybe didn't agree with them going back to like 2019 or 2018 and copy striking people that far back. I thought maybe that was a little bit
no
mean.
warning as well, to be honest. It was just suddenly wake up one day and some people were getting strikes here and there. It's like, what? Yeah. And I'm doing nothing different than what I was doing the other day, and I've not been told to do anything different. Like
exactly, and people were also getting like free strikes for the same song in different clips, so that like their whole channels were being terminated. Maybe not like they got reinstated afterwards, but that's like a big fright for people. It's not nice. Yeah,
especially if you're relying on it like for all your income. Like some
exactly.
of the larger streamers, like I think Fusely, she got two strikes very quickly, which is like one away from it all disappearing. Obviously,
Yeah,
she was lucky that she had like a lot of contact with Twitch staff, but yeah, I know she
it's
had to
not
go
nice.
through and delete everything. Like,
Exactly. I mean, they mute the like audio on bits that have clearly came up through their, I guess, like algorithm. I hate to use that word, but I don't know
I
what
think
else
I
it
yeah
is.
yeah
So like whatever's been picked up from their like behind the scenes, right? Okay, that's copyrighted. We'll just mute that audio, and I completely understand that. That's a really good standpoint to have. You know, you cannot own that piece because you don't own the piece of music. You know, but to then, like you said, without warning, like it should have been a case of there's some even just a couple of days to say to people go through and make sure that you don't have any
yeah
copyrighted music.
because
Um,
the music labels are coming.
yes,
I
winter is coming.
I had a good explanation for why it's suddenly happening now from Laser Shark. He told me he reckons it's no concerts or anything are going on, so the music labels are a little bit less profitable. So they've suddenly been like,
Yeah,
oh, let's make our money back here.
that makes a lot of sense to be
Yeah,
fair. Yeah, it makes a lot. Plus, there's probably people that would have normally been busier doing something else, whereas they're now sat behind a screen having to do their work from home. And then there's also that kind of, well, what can we do from a remote thing? How
mm.
can we make some money remotely? I don't know, like it's such a weird thing with streaming. Like I know some games don't let you stream their like some game companies don't let you stream their games without asking them for permission and
Nintendo
then
for a long time were really
but it only helps them. Like the amount of people, even from we've got like a relatively small community, but even from us, like people have went and bought Minecraft to play with us. People have went and bought like that can only help the video game, like that
yeah
actual like
yeah
you know the amount of money that they'll make might not be lots, but to then say no or to go in and hit people with DMCA's, I don't think it's a necessarily a good move for them to like work hand in hand with them rather than giving a bad impression, I guess,
mm.
is kind of where I'm going with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure because I know Twitch will probably they're trying to work some deal out with the labels, I'm sure, but it's a case of how long that takes, what effect it has on everybody. Because, I mean, and a suggestion again, Laser Shark said Amazon Music, right? Twitch own Amazon. Amazon
Yeah,
own Twitch, sorry. Why not have something like every time a song's played on a stream with a viewer, it counts as a play on Amazon Music, so the artist gets some money that way.
yeah,
Which sounded
exactly.
like a great idea again. The
But then
man
that's
has the man had
that's
ideas.
that.
Yeah, probably quite hard to track somewhere on the line, but it would it would be a solution in that it still counts as a play, so the artist will still get and the music label will still get some revenue. But
It's true. That is true. There's a lot of ways that they could have worked around it, um, and definitely like there was one song in particular that I remember seeing as one of the things that was like constantly, the ones that were filing
yeah,
the copy
yeah,
strikes on people, and it to me then makes me not ever want to listen to that song again, just in case. Which is a shame because you think it doesn't work well. It's not like I'm gonna go buy that song. It's not gonna be the case. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna avoid that now. And it wasn't necessarily a new song either. It was an old song, so it just I don't know. It doesn't make much sense in that. Um, but definitely could have done something like you said with Amazon Music. That would make a lot of sense, even if they gave you like streaming friendly songs on that.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, Def or Corn or Com. Def.com. I can't even read your name. Sorry, it wasn't really my idea to be honest. Laser Shark told me of it, and I think he said he had heard it somewhere as well. So I heard of it from him, and I'm just passing it on because it sounds like a good kind of solution to use.
definitely.
Okay, thank you. All right, beautiful. Well, we've been going for nearly an hour and a half, so unless Twitch chat has any other questions, I think we'll start to wrap up. So let's give them a minute and see what they've got. Nikki, the RS announcement never came out, although it's apparently about something that starts tomorrow. So...
So they're going to announce something tomorrow that
starts tomorrow. Yes.
Okay. Is it RuneScape related or is it streamer related?
I believe it's RuneScape related. I don't know for sure, but I know that a lot of content creators were told about it, I think, in the Discord.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm like. I want to know more.
What's your opinion on the creator competition?
Creator competition? I don't even know what that is. Sorry.
Oh, I've just lost the game. Wolf, no. It wasn't even that long ago that I lost it. I lost it on the last stream.
Oh. I don't even think I've looked at that, honestly. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, wait. Is there an art competition?
Yeah, I didn't know there was. I'm now. They keep a lot of this kind of quiet. I'm assuming it's... I don't know, actually. Where is it?
It was announced since we went live, apparently. Yeah, 8:06 p.m. From noon Thursday until noon on Monday, they're going to race to get a new character ready. Oh, so this, I assume, will be what they were... the announcements.
Oh.
Ah, okay. So they need to get all the required stats ready in the shortest time.
Interesting.
Iron Man account. Very cool.
It's actually nice to see that they're giving a cash prize to people in RS3 as well, because that's normally not a big thing. It's more like old school, get the good money, you know. But it's quite nice to see that they're doing that with a little cash incentive. I must say that's
$500 for first place, $300 for second, and $200 for third.
Exactly.
For the fastest times. That's that'll be fun.
Be fun to watch for sure.
It's a shame I'm working all weekend, but
oh no,
it's all right. It's fine. I've just come off of holiday, so I'm good. I had 9 days off. It's fine. But yeah, no, that looks quite fun.
Yeah, it does actually look like it'll be quite nice. Yeah, exactly.
It's only open to people in the content creator Discord. That kind of sucks in some ways, because there's a lot of content creators out there that aren't in the Discord still.
Definitely.
And
but then...
that will really limit new people's growth if they're not able to actually compete in it.
I guess it's a case of like that's, I don't know, like we're not in the content creators Discord.
No.
That's not something that we are in. But I'm you know, I kind of understand like everybody being in one place for it, because you want to be able to give the information out and then, you know, see it all come in a certain... You didn't even know it existed. I don't know. In my head, it was like for YouTubers. I don't know why. Like I thought it was for people that are like big on YouTube. That seemed to be the like, so that they didn't like make the same videos together. I don't know why I thought that's what it was about, but I think it's maybe just a place for just a place for people to, like, the content creators to kind of network, I assume.
I think it's in a bit more like direct contact with JMods and stuff like that, and obviously heads up on things if they want to do some kind of competition, checking rules, that kind of thing. I
see. Yeah.
I think from what I've heard, so
it would be nice if they did let people kind of like opt in for that, because it, like you said, if you're just starting, streaming and YouTube especially, like they're hard to get platforms to get into to begin with, and not really knowing what's allowed. Like you could break the rules without actually realizing it. Like I would have loved to have asked to begin with about Cluesday, ask a JMod about it, because we were really worried that it would be classed as real world trading. That was one of the things. So we had to make sure every time that it's Cluesday, you don't get points for anything that's money wise. So you won't get any points for subbing, anything like that, just in case it's seen as a way for people to get a clue spin, you know, and that kind of thing. And it would be nice to have been able to speak to a JMod about that kind of stuff. But I also understand they can't just be like, yeah, everybody come in. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more about like this whole competition thing. Really,
That is a
isn't
bit.
that.
Yeah. Let everybody take their chance at it. If they can start streaming from this competition, you never know where they're going to end up in a year's time. That could be the next like #1 spot streamer. You don't know. You got to give them
Yeah.
that chance.
Yeah, that I'm a bit iffy on, to be honest, but it'll still be a fun thing to watch over the weekend. It's just a shame it'll be the same names and not any new ones in some ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame because there's a lot of people that I think are really passionate about the game and maybe don't necessarily get the chance, and not through any fault of their own, just by them just starting rather than waiting or having picked up momentum for years, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, I guess that this is maybe the first one that they're doing that does.
Yeah, that is true as well, and I guess they do have to do probably some type of vetting in some ways if they are giving out a cash prize. So maybe even if it was just like a little application thing to be able to do it. Obviously, that means they have to spend a lot of time going through it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see why they've done it, but I don't think I'm a particularly big fan of them doing it that way.
It is what it is, I guess. Like, yeah, it would be nice for them to open up to everything, but give them benefit of the doubt. It's the first one. Maybe the next time they decide to do something like that, they'll allow people out with the Discord to take part.
It's all right. Thank you, Epics, for coming along. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. I think we are, like I said, we're just wrapping up, and then we had that whole thing come up, and we've had a bit of a natter for 10 minutes there. And thank you for following as well. I'm glad you enjoyed your time. So, if anyone hasn't seen myself before, I do lots of interviews like this, but I am also the RuneScape researcher, where I do weird experiments in Gielinor, including what the mass of Gielinor is. I use some maths and physics to work that one out. So if you're intrigued, go and check out the video.
Intrigued.
It's on the YouTube. It was like the 3rd or 4th video, sort of down. And then I also worked out how much more damage Telos does at 4K than 0%, and it's not 40 times.
Is it not?
No.
Do I have to watch the video, or will you let me know?
It's only 6 minutes, so that would be appreciated.
Okay,
So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, feel free to go over there and subscribe. The VOD of this entire interview will be uploaded there, with the current question box not being blank and actually having the correct questions in. So again, thank you for joining me. Are there any shout-outs you would like to make before we head off?
I don't know. I would like to say, if anybody is part of our community that's here, do give this channel a follow, this one that we're on just now, because this is a nice thing that he does for people, and it's awesome to see someone taking an interest in other content creators and things. So if you haven't already, guys, then do give him a follow and go over to his YouTube and give him a sub there, but also our YouTube and our channel too. Just a little bit saying there.
I was going to say, you know how to sell me better than I know how to sell myself, so...